guys, welcome back to my channel. So we have arrived at the final video of my top 10 of 2018 series. Today we are going to be talking about the 10 best products that I have purchased with my own money this year. So this was definitely by far the hardest list to curate because I bought a lot of really great products this year. 2018, for all you can say about it, was a good year in beauty at least. There definitely were, maybe more products released than there needed to be, some mediocre things, but all in all, I think it was a solid year, lots of great launches. I picked up some really amazing things, and trying to narrow that list down to 10 products, it was a challenge. But here we are. I did the best that I could coming up with this list. I think you guys are not going to be surprised by a lot of these things because I've talked about them and loved on them quite a bit this year. And before we get into the list, I have just a couple things for you. First of all, it is like torrentially downpouring outside right now. I do not know what is up. Today I'm filming this is the first day of winter and it is 62 degrees, rainy, and very, very windy. I don't know why, Mother Nature, no explanation, but if you hear a lot of weird background noise, that would be it. The second thing I wanted to mention to you guys, now, I don't know if you saw my holiday makeup tutorial I posted maybe like a week or two ago, but in that video I snuck in a little giveaway for you guys, and not a lot of people have entered yet, so I wanted to make sure you guys don't miss out on that opportunity. I'm giving away all 3 of the new Beauty Crop Gazing palettes. These are so much fun. I'm actually wearing this guy right here today. This is the Dawn Gazing palette. Super beautiful, and actually if you've been watching this series, I've worn looks from these 2 palettes as well. So if you want to win all 3 of these, I will put the link to Gleam in the description box of this video. It's open through December 31st to US subscribers. I'm sorry it's not international. International shipping is hella expensive. So someday, eventually, I hope to be able to do that for you guys. But if you're in the US and you want to enter to win these really, really pretty palettes, definitely make sure you guys go and check that out. And I think that's all of my housekeeping. If you want to see the previous videos in this series, I will also link them for you in the description box along with my favorites playlist. If you want to binge watch all the stuff I've tried and loved in beauty this year, you can go check that out. And on that note, with all that said, let's get into my top 10 beauty purchases of this year. So this first product, I think I've had the longest of everything I'm going to talk about today. I picked this up January, February of 2018. It was one of the first exciting launches of the year, and it is the ColourPop Lux Lipstick. Now, I have 3 of these. This particular shade is Uno Moss, which is a really, really beautiful peachy, pinky nude. And if you've never tried these lipsticks, guys, you are missing out on life. They are so nice, especially for the price. They're only $7, which you seriously cannot beat. The formula is kind of like a creamy matte. It's very opaque, very pigmented. Let me just swatch this for you guys so you can see. It goes on with a ton of opacity. It doesn't tug, it doesn't drag on the lips, and it doesn't really leave a lot of shine, just like a little bit of a hint of a creamy sheen, but it does kind of dry down a little bit. It's very, very comfortable, super long wearing. It will transfer a little bit like a lot of other bullet lipsticks do, so it's not gonna be quite as bulletproof as like a liquid lipstick is. But if you're a fan of the bullet lipstick and you like that kind of sort of semi-matte, creamy finish, these are incredible. Also, can we just take a moment for appreciation of this packaging? It's got tiny little stars all over it. It's rose gold. When you open it up and you look at the little bullet on the inside, it's got little stars embossed on it as well. It's just so stinking cute. You would never know this was $7. I think if you saw it in Sephora sitting on a shelf, you would assume this was like a $24 Ciate lipstick. I swear on my life. And so I don't know how they were able to make such a nice formula and nice packaging for such a great price point, but I'm glad that they did. Definitely happy I picked these up this year. If you regularly watch my videos, you are probably not going to be shocked to see this second product at all. It is the Ren Perfect Canvas Silicone-Free Skin Finishing Serum. Now this is a pricey little guy. I had to fork over like $50 to pick up this primer, which normally I would never do, but I had heard rave reviews from one of my blogger friends, and we have very similar skin types. We're both oily, so I wanted to give it a whirl, and man, this stuff is really nice. First of all, the ingredients are a lot more clean than a lot of other primers. It doesn't have silicone, and yet it still is oil controlling. And honestly, that is a hard combination to find. There are a lot of great fruit enzymes and extracts in this. It smells legit like juicy fruit. It's kind of delicious, but I don't believe it has any synthetic added fragrances. It doesn't have any parabens, sulfates, mineral oil. It's just a generally nice product that helps your foundation to go on a little bit more smoothly and helps you control shine. So if you're oily and your skin is also sensitive, you're prone to getting clogged pores, or you're trying to reduce silicone in your makeup and skincare, definitely would recommend checking this out. I'm very glad I picked it up. Product number 3 on my list is this beaut right here. This is the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette they did in collaboration with Desi and Katy. This was part of their second round launch, and I honestly think I like this palette better than the Girls Quad, which I still love, that they released last year. That one was more of an accent palette. This one is definitely much more complete. You can travel with this. I actually brought it with me to Generation Beauty New York this year. It was the only palette I had on hand. I wore it every single day, and I loved the looks that I made with this palette every day. And I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Multiple people asked me what I was wearing on my eyes and were complimenting me on it, and it was always this palette. Now, I know some people are not going to find this super exciting. You've got a lot of matte neutral shades, and then you've got these fun, shimmery pops of color. They're not exactly the most unique pops of color. We see these kinds of shades a lot, but what I think is unique about this palette is the formula of these shimmery metallic shades. They're very different from anything else I have in my collection. I believe it's the same formula they use in their Block Party eyeshadow singles. They're very sparkly and kind of creamy and metallic to the touch. They're a little bit crumbly, not like your standard sort of smooth metallic. They've got like a little bit more of chunk and sparkle to them, but I think that's honestly why I like them so much. Let me show you a couple swatches and then one other thing that's really cool about this. So here's the blue shade. I mean, just look at that shine, so beautiful. And then this is like that sort of cranberry pinky red. On their own, they pack a serious punch of color and a ton of shine, but what I think is really unique about this palette is that you can layer the shades and kind of create custom colors, which gives you even more variety. So if I take the blue shade and then I take the pink and like layer it on top, I can create kind of a cool like purpley tone that's a totally different shade and like apply that all over the lid to create a different look. So that's one of the things about this palette I really enjoy, that it's a little bit more creative. I can have some fun playing around with it. So it's a little bit deceptive when you look at it and think, oh, that's kind of a little bit boring. These shades are not anything really special. They are definitely, in my opinion, unique and fun. You can create some very glamorous, beautiful looks. Also, now this palette, when I purchased it, was like $50-something. I used my Ulta points to get it, but I've seen recently on Ulta that this palette has been on sale. They had like a one-day flash sale with 50% off, but now I think it's still $40. So if this was something you had your eyes on and you were kind of hemming and hawing because of the price, you may want to be able to go and pick it up now, maybe as a Christmas gift, last minute if you're still shopping. I mean, it's a beautiful palette. If you got a makeup lover in your life, kind of hard to disappoint with this guy. So this fourth product is something that I almost didn't buy, and I'm really glad that I ended up picking it up because I love this to pieces. So this is the Too Faced Natural Face Palette. This is part of their whole new natural collection they released earlier this year, along with a couple of eyeshadow palettes and some lipsticks. And I think this is my favorite thing of that entire collection. It is an absolutely beautiful face palette. It's got 2 bronzers, 2 blushes, 2 highlights, and I use every single shade that's in here. So this is the thing about face palettes for me. Typically face palettes go one of 2 ways. Either they are meant to suit a number of different skin tones, so you have light and dark options, so at least just about everyone can use 1 or 2 shades, but then you end up not using like half the palette, or the palette will completely flatter your skin tone and not be usable by somebody else. That is kind of the case with this palette. If you have a light to medium complexion, I think this palette is absolutely so stunning. You get this really nice sort of matte bronzer that's not too flat matte. It's got like a slight sheen to it, but no sparkle. You get this dark shimmery bronzer, which I honestly feel is a little too warm to use it to bronze and contour. I tend to use this almost as like a blush or blush topper. I think it's really beautiful. You get these 2 blush shades. This one, Pink Sand, is really neutral, very everyday wearable, and then you get a more bright pink. And then these 2 highlights, honestly, are just out of this world stunning. Satin Sheets is a more yellow tone, Starlight is more pink, and I have had people ask me straight up like what's on my face when I'm wearing these because they're just super blinding and beautiful. All these products, they really blend into the skin very well. They're not patchy, they're buildable, they last, they're not gonna fade on you after like an hour. But this palette is not inclusive. If you have a medium or deeper skin tone, I don't think these shades are gonna work very well on you. This bronzer will probably end up being more like a highlighting powder or a setting powder. Maybe some of the blush shades, and even the highlights I don't think would necessarily look super ashy on a dark skin tone. I just am not sure if this would necessarily flatter people with deeper skin, not having that skin tone. I can't speak to it. So I do kind of wish in these situations that a brand would release like 2 versions of a face palette, one for light medium complexions and one for like medium and deep, just so that way we can be a little bit more inclusive. But I think that if you do have a skin tone that is flattered by these colors, it's a super beautiful palette. Also, in true Too Faced fashion, the packaging on this is absolutely stunning. It feels really nice and heavy, high quality. It's plastic, but it's not like a cheap plastic. So I'm very glad I picked this up. I've used it a ton. As a person that doesn't even use face palettes that often, this is something I find myself constantly reaching for. Now, I know I'm kind of like the laziest person ever when it comes to nail polish. I'm wearing press-ons right now. Actually, Impress has been amazing this year. They've been clutch for when I don't have time to like sit and paint my nails, but I want my nails to be done. But as far as my actual 5th favorite goes, this nail polish just like blew me out of the water. I'm so obsessed with this color, so it had to make the list. This is the shade Miss Honey from ColourPop. And it's funny because I wasn't anticipating buying this. I was actually going on the website to buy a different color, and I kind of threw this in my cart, not as an afterthought, but it was kind of one of those like, I guess I could use a like more professional everyday nail color. That one looks kind of nice. Let me give it a try. And then this ended up being the one thing out of everything I bought that I use the most consistently and that I love. This color is so freaking good. Here's the thing. Nude nail polish a lot of times can be weirdly unflattering. It can be a little too gray, it can be a little bit too yellow, and depending on your skin tone, it can kind of make your nails blend into your skin. It can make you look kind of dead, and it's not always a good situation. But this is like a peachy pinky nude, so it's more warm and kind of pinky than your skin tone might naturally be, but it's not a pink nail polish. It still reads nude, and it's super flattering. Also, I was a huge fan of ColourPop as a brand before this year. I basically started wearing them as soon as the brand launched its Kathleen Lights nail polish line, and the formula on her polishes is excellent. It's free of a lot of toxic ingredients. It's very opaque. It doesn't chip. I love the design of the brush. It's a more flat kind of paddle style brush, which when you have wide nail beds like me, makes your polish go on a lot less streaky and it goes on a lot faster. So I just generally enjoy this polish a lot, but this shade I think it seems boring, but it's honestly seriously special. If you want a nail polish you can wear to work, you can wear to school, you can wear to a wedding, you can wear to basically anything and look classy AF, this is where it's at. Now, one of the things I've gotten a lot more into this year is wearing false lashes. I definitely have built up my collection. I have like a whole little binder's worth of them. And while I don't wear them every day, like I'm not wearing any falsies right now, I really like having the option, especially when I'm wearing a much more glam look or when I'm going out, sometimes when I'm filming. I just feel like they really take things up a notch. Also, I have very big eyes, so my lashes can sometimes just disappear if I'm wearing very, very dramatic makeup, and I need the falsies to like counterbalance things. And I would say of all of the lashes I've purchased and worn this year, probably my ultimate favorite are these guys. These are from Velour lashes. They are the style called See-Through. Oh my god, they are so beautiful. As you can see, they're a very sort of fluffy lash. I like that they kind of have these little points because it adds a little bit more interest than all the lashes being the same length all the way across. They also have a little bit of a taper where they are longer and fluffier on the edge than they are in the inner corner, and I just think they're super, super flattering. Also, you can wear these so much before you need to throw them away. I've had these for a very long time. I think you can rewear velour lashes like 30 times before they start to fall apart, which is crazy. Now, they are mink lashes. They are not vegan. They are expensive. These are like $30 lashes. I got mine at Ulta, and I got them when they were on sale. If you haven't noticed, there's like a trend. I really like to shop sales. I really like to use points. It's kind of my jam. But I just feel like every time I wear these, I love the way they look on my eyes. They're very comfortable. They go on really easily. They don't like look weirdly droopy in the outer corners. They're just super, super flattering. I very much enjoy them, and I will definitely consider buying some more velour lashes in the new year. So this seventh product is kind of a random one, and I've probably mentioned it once or so on my channel, but I legitimately use it almost every single day, and it is hands down one of my favorite things I bought this year. It is a lip balm from Winky Lux. This is their matcha lip balm. It is green. It goes on clear, but you know, the green is fun because matcha. It's infused with a vanilla green tea scent, which is honestly to die for. It smells so freaking good. And this lip balm is just one of the few things that you put on. It makes your lips feel so smooth and so hydrated, but it doesn't create that like lip balm addiction cycle where when it wears off, your lips feel more dry, so you have to put on more lip balm. This will seriously last. Like the softening power lasts for hours after you apply it, even after it starts to rub away. So I just was so impressed with this. It's, I think, $14 when you get it full price. You can get it from Ulta. And I think now Sephora may also be carrying this product, which is awesome. It's super, super cute and like purse or pocket friendly. It looks like a little rose gold pill, which I totally can get behind. And while it's like not the most exciting thing ever, I feel like lip balm is like a practical staple. And if you can find a really, really good one that you like using, it's so worth it. Now, I had a difficult time with this next one because I honestly could have probably picked anything from this brand that I bought because I love them all. I have not been disappointed with a single thing that Persona Cosmetics has released, like, ever. So I hemmed and hawed for a while, going back and forth, trying to decide if I was gonna pick one, which one was like the most special to me. And I decided that that was the Persona Cali Glow Highlighter in the shade Zuma. This is such a flippin' beautiful highlight. I've worn it so, so much. And I think especially for the price, which is around $20, it is just as good, if not better, than your Becca, Ofra, much, much more expensive highlights. The texture on this is very, very creamy. It's very opaque and very shiny. If you don't like the blinding highlight, this is probably not going to be the highlight for you. It has a slightly metallic kind of looking finish, not too bad, not too frosty, and it doesn't have any glitter or sparkle or anything like that at all. It just adds that super like reflective sheen to your skin. It's so pretty. It doesn't fade. It's just it's kind of the best. The compact is also very cute. Nude has a nice little mirror in here, so I just think this is very special. There are also two other shades, one that's deeper and I think one that's a little bit lighter. Zuma is the one in the middle, obviously, and it has more of a champagne golden undertone. So if you have warm undertones, you're a little more olive, this one is probably the one that will work best for you. This next one was also a challenge for me because I tried both the bullet lipsticks and the liquid lipsticks from this brand, and I really could have kind of given it to either, but I decided in the end the liquid lipsticks just kind of nudged things out just a little bit because there are so many drying, not great liquid lipsticks out there that I think these are very special. So these are the Miracle Matte Liquid Lips from Flower Beauty. These are so nice. Definitely one of my favorite formulas from the drugstore. Definitely my favorite that I tried this year. I think the other one I really enjoy is the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip. Those are bomb, but I tried them last year technically, so they couldn't count. But essentially, these are very opaque, full color liquid lipsticks, but they go on very smooth. They're a little moussey, but not very thick and silicone-y like some other liquid lipsticks. And when they dry down, they are not crackly, they are not uncomfortable, they don't really enhance like the texture on your lips. They're super stunning, just generally really solid liquid lipsticks. And the shade range is very everyday, flattering, a lot of nudes, pinks, maybe a little bit of berry red in there. You're not gonna find any kind of like weird funky colors, so if you are looking for something really like artistic and creative, you're not really gonna find this from this line. But if you just want like a nice everyday liquid lipstick you can throw in your bag, apply on the go, that's gonna last a long time and look really great, these are awesome. They're only like $10. Very happy I decided to pick these up and try them out. And then finally, this guy is a newer favorite of mine, but I feel like it's basically me in a palette. So I love it, and I definitely had to include it in my top 10 products I bought this year. I'm talking about this baby, the Huda New Nude Palette. Now I know there are going to be a lot of people out there that find this palette and this color story kind of boring. It's basically a lot of mauves and plums and pinks and purples with glitter and shimmer. But for me, this is basically me. This is what I love. This is what I enjoy wearing on a regular basis. I feel very happy when I see this palette, and quality-wise, I think it's really lovely. The mattes are very smooth, they're not powdery, they're blendable, but they're also buildable. So when you put them on, it's not like they're so saturated with pigment that they become patchy when you try to blend them out. You can build them up to the intensity that you want. They don't dust everywhere when they're on your eyes. They're a little bit soft, so you do get kick up in the palette when you tap your brush in, but if you use a light hand, I feel like this is not super difficult to work with in that respect. Now, these like chunky metallic shades are really unique and sparkly and beautiful. They're a little bit difficult to like learn how to work with. I personally like applying them best with my finger, and I like applying them on top of a glitter glue that really kind of amps up the intensity of the pigment. But oh man, they're just super sparkly and shiny and pretty. Then you have these really cool like pressed glitter shades, which when you touch into them, they essentially feel like you're touching into a pan of dry glitter. But they have like a little bit of a silicone base, so they do stick to the skin all on their own. I honestly would still recommend, again, applying them over a glitter primer because it'll just help with the adherence so you don't get fallout throughout the day and they'll really last. I really enjoy this palette. I enjoy the textures, I enjoy the colors. I've made so many beautiful looks. Yes, it is hella expensive. This is like a $65 eyeshadow palette, which is crazy, but I feel like the quality is really great. The packaging is beautiful. The mirror in here is very heavy, very clear, very nice. So your money's not being wasted if you are going to use these shades. If you like the color story, if you like what's in here, I feel like you're not going to necessarily be disappointed in the performance. Now, to wrap things up, I do have a couple of little honorable mentions to share with you guys. Technically, these are things that were gifted to me by other people, like not brands. So they didn't really fit in anywhere else in my top 10 countdown, because I didn't buy them, but they weren't PR, they weren't subscription box finds, and I wanted to give them a little bit of love. The first is this perfume, which is Nest Fragrances Cocoa Woods. My dad bought this for me as a gift, and I absolutely flippin' am obsessed with it. It is such a nice fall and winter fragrance. It has notes of cocoa and musk, and it's not like a sweet chocolate. It's like a little bit more of a warmer, more sexy kind of chocolate vibe. It doesn't have that straight sugary scent to it. Oh man, but I just really, really enjoy it. It makes me feel cozy. It makes me feel like I should be wearing a blanket, scarf, be snuggled up by the fire, you know? It's just such a nice scent. I really enjoy Nest. I feel like they make some really unique perfumes. So this is just something I couldn't not mention, because it's definitely one of my favorite things I've gotten this year. And then I also wanted to give an honorable mention to like the entire box of products that my friend Maria sent me during our makeup swap we did back, I think in like September or so. I will link that video for you guys in the cards and also in the description box if you want to watch it. But there were so many things in there that I tried that I loved and still use on the regular. The ColourPop No Filter Foundation, the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpting Powder, the Chromolust eyeshadow that she sent me was just like unreal, so gorgeous, glitters, just so many fun things. And I basically could have filled up like almost the entire top 10 list if I just was talking about those products. So I figured I would kind of like add them in as a little bonus. Go check that video out if you want to see me apply them all to my face and hear my initial impressions. It was a fun time. It was a good video. But yeah, those are things I definitely really love. That was one of the most fun videos I definitely did this year. All right, guys, so that is it. The end of my top 10 series for 2018. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you missed the last 3 videos in the series, again, they'll be linked for you in the description box if you want to go check them out. Thank you all also so much for all of your love and support this year. It means so much for me. I feel like this has been such an exciting and fun year as far as beauty goes in my life. I feel like I've had some really amazing opportunities and gotten to do some cool stuff, and there is even more really exciting things coming in the new year that I can't wait to tell you guys about. But really, truly, none of it would be possible for me if you guys didn't watch my videos and support me, so thank you for doing that, for taking time out of your crazy busy lives to come hang out with me. Thank you so much for all of your sweet comments and your support. I really, really enjoy it. It like makes my day to sit and chat with you guys. So definitely make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what are some of the best products you've purchased this year. I'd love to hear what your favorites are. Maybe add some things to my shopping list for 2019. Again, do not forget to go check out my Beauty Crop giveaway if you want to try to win some beautiful eyeshadow palettes. Click the subscribe button if you are not subscribed somehow and you want to come back and see more of my videos in the future. I got lots of fun things coming before the end of the year, so stay tuned for that. And on that note, I'm gonna let you guys go. If you are celebrating Christmas today, Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a wonderful time with your friends and family. And if you're not celebrating, Happy Tuesday. I hope it's a great day. I send you all lots and lots of love, and I will see you in the next one.